Hey guys! So there are benefits to filming outside because the weather's great and I love sitting out here and the lighting is beautiful and perfect and wonderful. And they just, they come out with better quality when the lighting's good. But it's also a little breezy, and I think I've covered the mic enough to where you can hear me and not the breeze. Maybe it's not too distracting or horrible, but we're gonna hope for the best. And if it's terrible, then I'll catch you next time. But so today we're going to talk about this elimination diet that I've been doing. So a few months ago, I developed eczema it started on my hands, and then it moved to my legs, and then it went to my arms, and it's just kind of slowly been creeping everywhere. That's mostly the places, but I have seen a couple of spots on my face and stuff. But so I went to the dermatologist, and he was like, "There's nothing we can do for eczema. Here's a steroid cream. Sorry." And he said it's something I would deal with for the rest of my life. There was nothing he could do for me, and that we could manage flare-ups with the steroid cream, but that there was nothing we could do to make it go away or make it better or lessen it or anything really like that. So, which is pretty disheartening. But of course I wasn't satisfied with that answer, and I found a doctor in the city over that studies more of a naturopathic thing, and she practiced more food-based medicine instead of the basic Western medicine. And so I told her what the dermatologist said, and she laughed and said they were living in the dark ages. I agreed, and she put me on the elimination diet, which is incredibly strict and it's kind of hard to follow and really depressing at times, and and just all of these things. It's been a roller coaster of emotions for me. So the elimination diet, you cut out all of the main food sensitivity possibilities. So the foods that are most likely to be causing problems, and then you only eat the milder things, the things that are less likely to be causing irritations. So what this meant was I cut out soy, dairy, gluten, corn, processed sugar, coffee, chocolate, processed meat, beef, pork, shellfish. There's probably one or two other things in there that I missed on the list because it was a very large list. And so I didn't eat those things. Okay, those are the things I had to cut out of my diet. And to see what was causing it. She said, you cut all of this out, the eczema will probably go away, and that means that something you cut out is what's causing the eczema, and you slowly, one by one, add things back to see how you react to it. So I started slowly adding things back. It was I'm not perfect at it at all. Was never perfect at it. If you're following people who are perfect at it, then I don't know, they're not regular people. The coffee thing was the hardest for me to drop. So it was the most brief thing I dropped. I ditched coffee for maybe a week and a half. Enough to where I was noticing my eczema was starting to get better. So that was the first thing I added back at like a week and a half. She said that I should, what I should do is cut out all of these things for 21 days, and then after 21 days, start slowly adding things back. But that's not how I did it because it's hard. And So I had a coffee back at like a week and a half, and my eczema was still improving. Thank God. I was like, okay, so that's not what it is. Oh, and peanuts. That was another thing that I had to cut out. So added coffee back. I think chocolate was the next thing that I added back. And, well, anyway, slowly over here, adding things back. My eczema was almost gone, okay? About 2 weeks in is all it took. And my eczema was almost gone. And then I had a really bad day. I went out to eat with my family and ate whatever I wanted, because finding things to eat is hard when you go out to eat and when you're on this diet, which I don't recommend doing, but it just so happens that I started this diet in a very busy, socially active time for me. I don't know. I had my 10-year high school reunion, my husband's 10-year high school reunion, a breastfeeding benefit, my sister's bridal shower party things. I had a lot of things. And special occasions going on during these 2 weeks. So I was super depressed because everybody was sitting around eating and I was sitting there drinking water because there was nothing that I could eat. So that was the hardest part for me. If it had been a regular section of time where I'm just kind of hanging out at the house for weeks on end by myself, then it wouldn't have been near as hard as it was for me. But since I had all of these prior commitments that I had to go to, it was really hard. And but anyway, back to the story. I ate whatever I wanted at the restaurant because I was like, screw it, I don't care, life sucks, I'm just gonna, eat my pain away. And the next day I was fine, but the next day my eczema came back with a full force. So that sucked, and I cried. But then I got really strict on it again and kept adding things back as needed and stuff, or as I got to them. And my eczema went away again almost entirely. And then yesterday I went to eat with my family, because that's how it always starts. I went to eat with my family, and I thought we were doing really good. Because, okay, so I figured out that soy is what's causing my issues. And, which I was told my whole life that I had a soy allergy, but it never caused any problems for me. I never saw anything from that. I never, it was not an issue. So, found out that soy is what's causing it. So we talked to the restaurant employees, managers, everything. They went back and looked at ingredient list for us. They were wonderful and helped us find something that I could eat that didn't have soy in it, because everything has soy in it. Everything has soy in it. And thought I was doing great. And so before I even finished my meal, it started popping up again. So that was really disheartening. But the only thing I hadn't added back at this point was dairy, and I did have some ranch dressing with my dinner. So I really think that it's the dairy that's causing it. They say a lot of people, if you're allergic to soy, you're allergic to dairy, or if you have a food intolerance, they're different. I'm learning. To one, you have it, or soy, you have it to dairy too, because the proteins are so similar, and that seems to be proving true for me, because I'm pretty sure we avoided all the soy, but I did have the ranch dressing. And then the soy allergy, it took a day for it to pop up for me, whereas this one last night, it started popping up before I'd even finished my meal, so pretty immediately. But yeah, so that's where we're at with that now. That's been the elimination diet for me. Like I said, it was really hard in the beginning, but now it's fine, and it's easier. And I just keep telling myself, it sucks that I can never have any fried food ever again, pretty much. But at least I can have yeast rolls. And I don't know. So, pros and cons and whatnot. But, so that's how the elimination diet starts. That's how it pretty well works. I did get a list of foods that I can eat, and I did get some recipes that I could make, and I have also explored a lot of recipes that are elimination diet friendly during this past month that I've been doing it. And learning how to, because I hate to cook, so I'm learning to heal my problems with that and find time for it and make time for it and how to be okay with that and whatnot. But I just opened a course up, Body Buddha. It's a course, but it's not at the same time. It's more like a directory for all things natural health and whatnot, clean eating, organic kind of stuff, Ayurveda. I'll be doing a webinar at the end of the month. I'm going to drop the links below below this video in the description for how you can sign up for the webinar, or just go straight to Body Buddha and sign up there. We have a community, different things. This is not my first rodeo with healthy eating. This is just a new thing with healthy eating that I have been exploring due to my problems that I'm experiencing. But yeah, so the elimination diet is hard, but there are ways you can make it easier, and it's just a learning curve, just like anything else. And I'm gonna try to cut this short or off, because I know I'm rambling and telling you more than you want to know. But yeah, so if you need help, let me know. I'm in the process of I kept track of everything I ate during the elimination diet so that I can formulate it into blog posts and recipes and everything to make it easier for you. If this is something that you're going to have to try or want to try or whatever. And I'll be dropping it all in Body Buddha and on the website, in the blog. So earthandwater.co. Just look around for it, message me, comment, or whatever if you need help finding something particular, and I'll get it to you. But yeah, it's getting better. It's just a learning curve, like anything is. That's why it seems hard, just because it's different and new. But yeah, I'll see you on the next video. And keep your eyes open for all the other elimination diet content coming out, because I have a lot to say about it.